So long-time viewers of this channel already know this, but the thing that I like more, or just as much as a good basketball shoe, is a good skate shoe. These are so f***ing fire. Hey, what's good guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and review on these bad boys right here. This is the Nike SB Ishod for Ishod Wair. It's the newest signature model or pro model for Nike SB. This really gets me going. I really like this. I think that it's dope. It's not my favorite skate shoe of all time. Those actually just saw a retro and I grabbed both colorways, so stay tuned for that review. But these guys right here are just super slick, man. This thing right here brings the old and the new into today, and I just really like the way that they've done things. This colorway is super dope. It reminds me a little bit of the olden days of skatewear, where, you know, from our high school era where like brown started really becoming a thing. I kind of grew out of that, but with the resurgence of brown on sneakers, thanks to Travis Scott, I do kind of like these. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie. I don't think that Dookie Brown looks as nasty as I did like about a year and a half ago. I am a little disappointed in the whole SB presentation on these, just a little bit though, because for those of you guys that have been buying SBs for a long ass time, what's the one thing that they always give you?
A great insole.
No, I mean, that is one thing, but what's the other thing?
A padded tongue.
Damn it, no. she's close, but not.
Bungees.
No.
Oh, man.
I know, you're getting further away. You're super cold right now. What's the one thing that skaters go through the fastest, besides their outsoles?
Their pinky toe.
No.
Their laces.
Thank you, man. How are you gonna have a Nike SB without extra laces? That's like an SB staple.
Just buy a couple of Jordan 1 highs.
But don't.
They'll give you a gazillion of them.
I mean, you can, and you can skate in those.
I'm just saying you can take the laces from the extras.
Yeah, but SB laces are different.
How?
They're different. You guys know. You guys know.
Are they ovally?
And they're fat and kind of pudgy. I love them, man. SB laces are the shit. These actually are not SB laces. These are flat. So I really wish that they came with some SB laces, some extra laces at that. It would have been really cool for a set of red and a set of pink, because again, it would have tied right into that Travis Scott thing, because you know that they made these for that. But anyways, again, this is the latest pro model for Nike SB for Ishod Wair. I think that this is really dope. I've read a lot of conflicting information though. So the overall design is very reminiscent of old school basketball shoes. You could see them a little bit in certain panels and things like that. Kind of looks like a Dunk, kind of looks like a Jordan 1, maybe some Jordan 5 in there, which I think is really dope. But I've also read a lot of interviews from Ishod where he's just like, nah, man, these are totally unique. They don't take inspiration from anything. And I'm like, what? Because the design team said something different in a different interview on NikeSB.com. So I'm a little confused as far as like where things are pulling from, but the things that they actually offer in the shoe, I just think are fantastic, especially for modern day skate shoes. So if you look at, you know, way back in the day, Vans and stuff like that, they were super popular. The Volk soles and all that stuff gets you lots of board feel, stay close to your board so you don't feel like you're flicking tricks and things like that with a brick on your foot. But if you were to fast forward into the 90s and the early 2000s, we had shoes like the D3, the D3 2001, and so many others where they were just really puffy, fat shoes. Like they were so dope. Like that's one of my favorite eras of footwear. And now you got stuff like this, where this reminds me a lot of a Janowski, where it's just super low profile, damn near old school, but they beef things up with the tech inside, which I think is really cool. So the outsole itself on this particular colorway, it's a gum outsole. Obviously there would be different colors on the bottom for different colorways. All the colorways that I've seen so far of this shoe though are super dope. There's a red one, hella clean. There's a black and white one, hella clean. There's a white and blue one, hella clean. I love this shoe. I think that they did a fantastic job designing these. But anyways, the outsole right here is a wavy pattern, almost wave bone, if you will, but it's not quite like that. It's just kind of, you know, it's wavy, super grippy, pliable on top of that. So it's going to grip your board and the grip tape. Not that the grip tape needs help, but if it did, they got you covered. And that's actually attached to the entire midsole. So this is a cup sole on a modern skate shoe, which is super cool because cup soles, as you guys know, are from the Dunk era, the Jordan 1 era. It was an 80s thing. It's a real throwback style of way of doing things. I think it's really cool. And when you do a cup sole like this, and you're in the Nike brand, you can actually play into your basketball heritage and put a little bit in the shoe, which is exactly what they've done here. This is kind of like a cup sole, and inside the shoe is what's in these. And it's this guy right here. This is Nike React Foam. It's a full React wedge with a top liner. It's not just React and all of that stuff. So like what you would see in a basketball shoe, like the GT Cuts, has just the foam layer on there, which I don't like. I wish that they would put the fabric-y thing back on there. But the fabric is on this shoe, which I think is dope. Can you put this in something like a GT cut? The answer is pretty much no. It's not the same shape or anything. Like, this is a totally different style shoe with a totally different last and a totally different cup sole. So it's not the same thing. It's not as compatible as the basketball shoes are with themselves. And without this inside, it's just like a Kobe. It's a fully hollowed out sneaker, man. I still love this. I don't care that this type of thing is, what, almost 10 years old now? Just about 9, 10 years old? Maybe it is 10 years old. When did the 2011s come out?
In 2011.
Wow, it is 10 years. Holy crap.
When did the 2011s
I know, that was a dumb
come
question.
out?
That was rhetorical. It's early, okay? So yeah, it's 10 years old and I still am fascinated that you can take tech out of the shoe. I think this is so cool. Now, does it feel super good just right off the bat? Like when you put your foot in there, is it super comfortable, super react feeling? No, it's a little bit dense, but I think that's good because longevity purposes, when you're doing all of those tricks, especially if you're jumping off a like stairs and things like that, things that you probably shouldn't be doing because it's not safe, folks. But no, when you're doing stuff like that, it'll have better impact protection than that thin Nike SB insole with basically it's just foam, and then they have a small little zoom unit in the heel, which is better than nothing, but the React foam is gonna be a lot better than that.
Excellent.
Now the upper on these guys I think is fantastic. This is again where they're bringing in the old back into the new. It's a suede upper. I think that this is so nice. Like, I wish that we had basketball shoes like this. This is so clean to me. But yeah, the suede's everywhere. It's not premium suede or anything like that, but I think that it's good enough. It's gonna get the job done. You already know when you skate in a pair of shoes, you're about to thrash them in like T-2 seconds of counting. Your first kickflip, ollie, whatever it is that you're doing, it's going to grind the shit out of these things super fast. And having a material like this actually plays into that because this does grip the board a lot better than like a smooth leather. I am a little surprised though, again, there's no extra laces. So when you do bust through these, it's kind of a bummer that there's not already an extra set waiting for you in the box. On top of that, I assumed this little panel right here that is very, again, reminiscent of a Dunk and of a Jordan 1. I thought that the top piece was going to be more of a flap like it is on the Nike Dunk SBs. That way you could tuck your laces under it so it could protect your laces a little bit better. That's not the case. This is fully stitched on there. Underneath that is again, surprisingly a rubber piece. It's actually at both locations of the eye stays. So you have one on the bottom and one on the top, but they're underneath. So it will protect the shoe, it just won't protect your laces. Another cool feature of the shoe is the ventilation aspect. When you have this much raw material on there, usually it's not that breathable, even though there are perforations on the toe. They've actually added lots of ventilation on the medial and lateral panels. This is completely see-through mesh with rubber pieces on there. This is so cool. I like this so much. It reminds me a little bit of Jordan 4s, not design-wise, but just, you know, that they're mesh panels. And then there's a little bit of it at the base of the tongue, but then the rest of the tongue is not quite 2001 puffy, but it's good. It's got a lot of nice little padding in there. It's awesome. There's no stash pocket or anything fun like that, but the colorways are really cool.
Before we get into sizing, why don't you tell me about what you forgot?
Can you insert a Stephanie?
How rude.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
And yes, I did forget that there is another really cool feature within the shoe. It's actually at the midfoot, right behind the mesh panels, and they are little lockdown wings. I think that they're really dope. They're semi-independent. They do go through a part of the internal material, but they are on both sides and they will lock your midfoot straight down onto the midsole and outsole and all that stuff for optimal flicking action.
So they're kind of like bungees.
But they're not bungees.
They're just not stretchy.
Yeah, so they're not bungees at all.
They'll secure you.
They will secure you. They will not secure the tongue. So that's what a bungee is really like good for. But the tongue is gusseted. So there's a semi-sleeve in there. It starts right about at the midfoot, kind of where those wings are. So the tongue will not slide and shift, or it shouldn't. I can't guarantee it. Now, as far as the fit is concerned, they do fit true to size lengthwise, but very much like a Janowski, the toe is really, really tight. Like it's a snug fit. So you're gonna need to break these things in. Janowskis take a little bit of time to break in. They have a slightly different setup where it's a true Volk sole, and then they have a canvas upper, which is like really difficult to break in sometimes, especially when it's thick and padded. This one's not quite like that, so it should take less time, especially with that hollow cup sole area. Like once you start to break in that React midsole, it should, you know, lower your foot just a little bit. So wear them around and they'll break in fine. If you skate and all that stuff, you might actually like these. Like if you're a narrow footer, you'll probably love the fit. If you're an average footer, again, it's gonna be like kind of a tight fit. If you're a wide footer, you might want to go up half a size.
I was gonna say, they look really long and slim, so I was expecting something different from your fit analysis.
Yeah, when I put them on, I was like... But thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support. I didn't actually ask you what you thought about these.
Maybe you don't care anymore.
You just made fun of me. You made fun of me right from the jump. So you threw me off. You didn't wait a couple minutes before you made fun of me.
Well, you really let yourself out there by not knowing when a shoe came out in 2011, so.
Whatever. I'm allowed to a little bit, right? I mean, there's so much stuff in here. But what do you think about these?
I do like all the little swooshes. I like the big swooshes and I like the little swooshes.
They are everywhere.
Yeah.
They're like kind of cool. I like these a lot. I think that these are super dope. I haven't seen a bad colorway yet. So yeah, good luck to anybody that's after a pair. I haven't seen these in stores. I've only seen them online. So there's that. Hopefully they're available at skate shops. You know, Nike's good at that, the culture. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for all the support, and until next time, guys, have a good one.